Install GCC in Git for Windows Bash environment. I have Git for Windows installed on a Windows 7 machine. No, sadly I can't switch to W10 on this particular machine. This comes with a Bash environment that uses mingw 64 but only includes some binaries. I'd like to add more, such as GCC. It seems like there should be some way of adding to the mingw 64 binaries within the git-bash instead of adding a whole other msys2/mingw 64 install. However, I'm not exactly clear on what is the best way to go about enabling this. I have tried installing WinBuilds in the bash install usr/directory, seemed like the place all the other binaries were. It seems to run okay, but it doesn't seem to add anything of effect. No executables, no folders, nada. Except if I try to run the install again, it complains that there are already files there, though they patently aren't. Thus my question is this: can I use WinBuilds or some other binary to achieve my aim, and if so, how? Note, there are several questions about this around the net and SE, but most are quite old and so no longer relevant effect due to changes in msys2, mingw, and Git for Windows.
You have to share Windows path and probably other environment variables with mingw. For msys2 you can share them by adding this to your Windows env. Variables. msys2_path_type equals inherit.
I just uninstalled GIT for Windows and instead installed both GCC and GIT within msys2, as at Daniel commented.
Use mingw W64. Install mingw W64, follow the SourceForge link, and install it to the default program files based path. Select the latest version. For GCC, change architecture from i686 32-bit to x86_64 64-bit, and change threads to Win32. Add the bin folder to the beginning of your git bash, mingw 64 path. You'll, of course, need to adjust the above path to match the version of your particular install. Alternatively, you may be able to just install it directly into the same folder as Git. See column /program files /Git. But I haven't tried this alternative approach and I wouldn't recommend it because it is likely to cause issues when updating and may confuse uninstallers, leaving remnants. If the two installations don't interfere to begin with. Edit, new make is installed as mingw32 make.exe. You can make a copy of it, somewhere in your $path which you have permission to, and rename it to make. Git-bash seems to respect that it's executable, even without an extension, which is handy if you don't want it picked up outside of the mingw environment, even though it may be in your path.